All right, gentlemen and ladies,
Where's the lady?
possibly ladies.
Yeah, Go on.
Okie doke. We are coming to you live from Metal and Lace Headhunters. What's that like? Personality conflict.
Yes.
No, but we have the Headhunter torch to pass on tonight. Anyone joining us will be doing open mic poetry for the next hour or so. So kick back, get some beers, because the more you drink, the better it sounds. And then after that, we got some music coming up and some DJs. So we got a lot going on here Monday night. I am your ever faithful slave, Michael. We'll just leave it at that. And we'll go ahead and get started. The Austin Salon Poetic's been coming to you live every first and third Monday here at Metal and Lace, downtown Austin, Texas, for over a year now. So we're going to keep on letting it roll, letting the good times roll with the poetry. And it's all about poetry and expression and freedom of voice and freedom of words and all that stuff, that good stuff that we started this country. Yeah, I'm going to start like staring into this thing and like it's going to suck my soul out and like it's going to transport me to another planet or something. Another dimension. Right?
We got to get a mic that does that.
That would be so awesome. Cool beans. All right, cool. All right, so we're going to go and get started. We don't got any features tonight, but we do have a bunch of talented writers, poets, performers, and musicians in the audience tonight for your entertainment and enjoyment, literally speaking. I don't got much else to say than that, so we're just going to get started.
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and get our first duo up to the stage. We got Headhunter Thom and Ricardo. Woo!
Sure. Like on Sesame Street, this is brought to you by the letter F. F as in fucked. We've just been fucked by F1. I don't know if you noticed, but they took your taxes, $25 million, and they made $1 million profit. And they're all millionaires going in their little fast cars out in Bastrop. And because of fucking F1, they closed down the Del Valley schools. Your children going to the Del Valley schools couldn't get to school because the fucking traffic for fucking F1 fucked everything. Not just the fucking F1, but the fucking flash floods that fucked Austin as well. My friend came around this afternoon, her house is fucked. She's from Bolivia and she has a house in southeast Austin down on Katy Lane. The house is fucked forever by that flash flood. She was a musician and she has this beautiful piano that's fucked forever because of the flash floods. And they ain't gonna reimburse her. No, fucking FEMA, come in and said, we'll give you $7,000. Now that house is worth $200,000. It's a house she paid for, hard work all the time, and she feels fucked by FEMA. We're fucked by flash floods and F1. We're fucking fucked. That's why I love this town. Because we just lay down and they ask us to increase our property taxes. Yeah, fuck yeah. Let's put more taxes on us. Not that the wages go high, but no. Let's fuck us one more time, please. Just to make us feel as if we're really loved by the AP fucking D and all the CIA, NSA, FBI, all the other fuckers who watch you, but you can't watch them. You can't tap them. You can't read their telephones. They're reading your phones. They're reading your texts and your emails and fucking everything you do. That's why I love this town. It's equal fucking for everybody. Everyone gets fucked. Say if you're poor in this town, well, the property taxes are so high you can't really afford to buy. You can't have a house and you try to pay rent. The rents go up and the old cheap houses get knocked down so that you can't afford cheap housing in this town. All the ones along West Riverside. Does anyone remember cheap rents on West Riverside? I do. So do you. And all the houses on the east side of town, that's all been bought up by the middle class who have restaurants there that you can't afford to eat in anymore. My friend, he's at the Victory Grill, the Chitlin Circuit, where the poor musicians used to come round. People would pay them with food in the 1940s and 50s, and B.B. King used to play there. Well, of course, they're still going there, but the rates have gone through the roof because they fuck everyone too. And the East and the West the north and the south, everyone in Austin's going to get depressed and fucked because they know that we will put up with it. They know that we'll just say, okay, this is Austin. Everyone gets equal opportunity. Fuck everybody. And they do. So if you are a musician, they expect you to work for nothing. If you work in a bar, what do you get? Tips and $3 an hour? They'll fuck anyone. They fuck the young. If you're on the streets outside curfew time, you get busted, baby. Busted in rhyme. You're homeless. Don't be homeless in Austin. It ain't so friendly town if you got nothing. Underneath the bridges, my friends live underneath the bridges, and every time they come out, they get their stuff stolen. They live down the creek beds and flash floods come through. That fucks them too. So I just love the letter F. I think that F1 fucked us, the flash floods fucked us, and the beautiful town of Austin is going to get an F, which is F for failure, to care for its inhabitants, to care for the people who work here, the people who really are the heart and soul of Austin. They don't care. Bottom line is, my I don't care is stronger than your I don't care, and if you don't care, well, I don't care that you don't care, because I care enough for all of us to say that we've been fucked once and we'll be fucked again. As soon as the tax bill comes in, as soon as you have to pay your rent, right through the roof it'll go, babies. Welcome to Austin, a high-priced valet parking lot where the Californian condominiums rise up to the skyline, where all the talk about the velvet coffin and the softness of Austin, well, they took it away. And they put in high-rise sky towers for millionaires, and then they have festivals with laminates around their necks. So you pay $200 to stand in a line, and maybe you'll get in and maybe you won't get in. And if South by Southwest isn't bad enough, ACL will get you. And then of course, if you don't want to be in a park with a whole lot of people, if you feel a bit of agoraphobia, well, come on out to a Monday night at the Poetry and Music down here, because Headhunters welcomes you. Headhunters, even if it used to be called Metal and Lace, it's still Headhunters. Brought to you by the letter F, which is, give me an F, give me a U, give me an N. That's right, this is fun time. Brought to you by the letter F, and may you all have a fucking wonderful time tonight. Yep.
Give it up for Thom.
Woo. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Thom. That was awesome. That's hard to follow. But I know this man is totally capable of doing that.
Yeah.
So let's give a round of applause for Ricardo.
Ricardo, yeah, baby.
$3 followers and $3
Thom, I think I'm gonna need your help.
Okay, count me in, baby.
You helped me last time with this song, okay?
I'm sorry.
It's about unrequited love, okay?
Okay, but wait.
Oh yeah, with the wireless mic.
Oh
Cool.
boy, are we cool. Look at this, look at this. It's this by itself.
He can wander now.
I can wander.
He sure can wander.
Sometimes I wonder, you know.
All right, it's what's called Marmalade.
Okay, serious shit. Dead drummer.
Hey!
Hey!
Ho! Here I am, I can't get you out of my head. I try to work, I try to cook, I try to breathe, and there you are. Why do I feel this way? What did you think? Cheer me up, at least I did, at least I told you I love you. Way back when you thought of our lives together, you imagined the two of us and the way it worked out. But in your cold, calculated mind, it didn't. I surprised myself, I thought my heart was a rock. I thought I had it bulletproof, my mind was set. But apparently my heart is made of fucking marmalade, and it was never in my chest. And now what am I supposed to do? Continue being friends so I can laugh with your men? I don't see myself there anymore. Thom?
Well, everybody loves something, don't they? Some people love the emptiness of TV. Sometimes people love Monday Night Football. Some people love their beer in their hands. Some people love their friends. But you gotta love something in this world, whether you love a cat or a dog or a piece of garbage or a flower or a garden that won't grow anything in order because the weather's so weird. Whatever you love, your car, your horse, your carriage, your past, your future, your little smartphone in your hand that won't text you anymore. It says, Stop threatening me with those text messages. Can't you see there's poetry and music happening on the main stage? No way. Everybody loves something, even if it's here, if it's now. You always look for something unsound like a nostalgia for the past. It's never going to be, is this moment now? No. If you have to live in this moment now, you have to respond to the people somehow. And how are you going to do that? How are you going to do it? Only just by ignoring us or responding to us. That's right. This moment now is the only time you've got somehow. You can pretend it's not happening, but it's happening right here and right now. He's given everything he's got. So, you may be hypnotized by the color TV, you may be hypnotized by the band AC, whatever it is you got in your hands is never as good as this one-man band.
Give it up for Thom, everybody! I don't know about you, but I think Thom is fucking awesome. Oh!
Hey! Hey!
Strangely, I don't feel sad. I feel like a new man. Like I discovered more. I did everything I can to be at your side. I fought a good fight. So I'm wiping my tears, picking myself up. Gonna lose myself in this beautiful world. And hopefully one day my heart will sky. And many moons will pass and you will be nothing but a beautiful distant memory. But for now, I am hopeless, drowning in my own fucking marmalade. How's that for pissed off, right? Yeah. All right, there's one more for you, and this is a new one, and this is a. I'm just gonna stick this here. Thank you.
You rock.
Thank you.
Can make commentary. I should not have this mic.
No, it's awesome, man. It's awesome.
It's good. Wow.
And I wrote this song for a friend of mine who's obsessed with a girl.
Oh, imagine that.
Ah, poor. That's me. So you're obsessed with a girl, you think she's perfect, and her sweat smells of roses, well she doesn't. She's not more exciting than you and me. I don't care if she's pretty. At the end of the day, it all fades away. Oh yeah. At the end of the day, she's just another human being, just like you and me. Speaking of you and me, you and me are so goddamn worth it. Yeah. Because on the table we hold no punches. We take what we want. We have failed for our success, and we'll continue failing until we get it right. Damn right. Yeah. Now we do have regrets, but we make goddamn sure that they never happen, never again. We got fire in our souls, we may not be unique, but we try and try and try and try and try. Oh yeah! Every time we lose is every time we learn, and that's how we live. Just knowing that someone's got my back makes it easier to fall and run. Knowing that someone's got my back makes it easier to fall. Just take my hand and wipe that dirt off your back. Thank you! Ricardo! All right. Thank you. Now, if you, can I get one more in there? Okay, this is just a poem. Thank you, sir. Thank you. This one is called The Next Adventure. As the thoughts flash and linger in my mind, as I enjoy the remembrance of times past, the coffee in the mornings, the beers in the night, laughing and feeling the wind of days past, I sometimes remember and I laugh. I had a great time that night. I didn't have to go far. I've spent some great times in my own backyard. I can't wait for my next adventure. Sometimes the memories will flood. Some are happy but turn into sad thoughts of thinking about the times that I've spent, of the things that were learned, of the food that was cooked, about all the people that were important but now they're gone, about their quirks and their thoughts. Whatever happened to those friends that were lost by the wayside? Some are gone, others are forever in my blood. Skating, drinking, and jumping into the endless streets, I can't believe I was there. It seems like another person, a distant film in my mind. The pain and the sorrows stick out like a sore thumb, but they've helped me grow and to let my son know that that's not the way to go. The times I've slept on the floor after a hard night with my friends, remember that night, the only time I got high? Nothing could stop us. We laughed and laughed. My stomach hurt of happiness. And we were famished and we ravaged the taco trucks. I can't wait for the next turn. I feel like going into the unknown, going where no man has gone before. I can't wait. And this is my next adventure.
Thank you, Ricardo. You can do that on the way up to the stage now. Awesome. We're gonna have to make you a permanent fixture here, David.
Tricky.
Gotta be careful. All right, cool. I'm gonna go next.
All right.
Okay, so I'm reading old shit.
That's okay.
Actually, I don't think any of you guys have ever heard it anyway, so. Okay, this one is, it's basically about how TV has controlled us from childhood. So think about, like, when I wrote it, like, that intro to The Outer Limits, like all, like, you know, static and weirdo and stuff like that. Okay, it's called From Childhood On. 1. Inner space never saw this before. The incandescent light masked to the virgin eye. The buzzing screen, a static box, glows like a mesh of fiber optics. The child's eyes open. A mechanic voice, a textureless face floats amid vibrant color swirls chanting, "Action, action, freedom!" G-rated psychedelia eats the child's mind as the tunnel vision worms through his eyes. 2. The imagination is fleeting. The images against the brain have won a trophy of sarcasm, stripped humanity. The child laughs at himself, four-fingered, yellow-skinned, jawless, apathetic humorist. He flips his mind a few channels, absorbing the vernacular. He becomes the weakest link. 3. The woman screams, minding the fine lines between care and obligation. She sweats paranoia. To learn, she'll say, is the only way to survive on this survivorless plane. And at the end of the day, release them, the children, to their ignorant ways. Tell us. Humanity, please, and trade imperfections for the blanketing sin. In the dregs of living, tell us, please, the free-winding ways to leave the tar pit dreaming and climb the mountaintop. Tell us how to turn the tables of our vice and smoke the fire with the ice that chills perspiration when temptation is slithering through the door. We are covered in skin as the dawn shines above us on this disease-spore day in this dreg of living. The draws, drops, tarps, the ladders, and the chutes. Humanity, please, as we're shooting down the tubes, and tell us how to worm our way back up. Tell us how to leave this obsess inside the apple of the earth. Tell us why our skin is thick and why we're subject to the ways of monotonous policy and singular strays. Tell us why one can make a whole, but two will fall apart. Tell us from your grave why we make decisions to slime another day, slugging on our stomachs, or to stand on our 2 feet and simply walk away. It's kind of angry, I think. Okay, let me see how it can get. That's fun. Here's one that's fun. Red, white, and bruised. The sum of jokes and hypocrisy is our land of peace and prosperity. Eyes like red iron vent hate and instigate the fights we pine for. Tempers like jet white streaks scream across third world skies. Hearts drown blue, skin a sickened blue. The waters of war engulf our once free youth. The birds of vengeance ride again. They melt the pride of red, white, and blue into angry shades like a subdued bruise that relentlessly wails at the world. Where is freedom? Where is peace? Where is that ironclad security your profound vision promised us? The vision is upon us as our chests heave firm and tight. The vision is inside of us as our eyes flare with conceit and arrogance. The vision becomes us as our sons arm and guard. We are the stars, we are the stripes, burning in united conflagration. We are the citizens, we are the children, sleeping in the eagle's playpen.
Yeah.
That's an old one during the Bush era. Here's another one. Here's another one from the Bush era. And then when I read my Obama poems, they think I'm
Bush
like
1 or 2?
Bush. Oh no, I wasn't writing during Bush 1. I don't even think I knew what poetry was during Bush 1. Yeah, Bush 2. And then when I read my Obama poem, because you read what you do nowadays, and so they think like you're either Republican or Democrat or some shit like that. But no, I've written for both parties against. This is called The Fourth Estate, which I think, they have a movie now, The Fifth Estate. But anyways, The Fourth Estate was like the media and the news. What was The Fifth Estate in that movie? Was it the media and the news? Oh, oh yeah, so I guess that, interesting. Like, I haven't seen it yet, so. Did it come out already? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not up to date with my media. Fourth Estate, 1. Headlines of the nation sway in the wind, unyielding, bridling. They wave through gracious space and hang from our neighbors' flagpoles. Headlines read into many things. They spell the nation like urgent. Cameramen to the front lines. The money will follow suit. Headlines smell like coffee and age like obituaries. They sound the sirens of the world and raise history from the dead. 2. Moving pictures, sound, and magic, we like our state of mind. Dull and white, the boy is hard of hearing. Soft flesh sacs swell on him like yeast. He rises like puffed pride around his belly. Eyes glazed, constant staring is a visionary pain. Lethargic sheep lay lifeless as the day is long, awaiting for their owner to shear and cut them all. A monotone hum leads his voice, the man speaking on the screen. A sail or two to aid the penniless few. Another pitch with a prudent pacing. Eyes shrivel, stomachs erupt as the boy awaits the man to cut him a deal. 3. Big Brother returns, the gun-toting administrator, the parental advising subjugator who's watching the world through a screen on his wall. He's distracted us with his quick screeching call that booms through cable cords and satellites and explodes through radio waves and reporters. Big Brother returns, the movie star exterminator, the anti-terror terminator who's made a war on terror a political cliche and acted a target of the American way. He's watching his monitor, studying his screens, deciding what pictures to carefully wean like Hitler, culling images and staging scenes. His youth shall know only what they see. Back in San Antonio, they had this huge, turn it off TV campaign, and that's, where a lot of this was coming from, I had a thing against television back in the day. Okay, I'm going to read one more. And then we shall continue. Let's see. Move it right along. Oh, gee. Seems I'm out of stuff. Okay, let's do Dream of Sky, kind of dark. This was like a slavery kind of idea. Ash floats down to a cess, stagnating on a puddle of black-brown mud. The guard shackles brutally the hands as we float back into inebriation and that fulfilling sensation of forgetfulness. At the center of the encampment, amidst the euphoria that sweeps soberly like sourness in our stomachs, the wretched cess eats up our lives. The sweet addiction called promise licks itself from nostril on lips and finds home in the pit of our head. It travels the streams of our hearts. And we breathe black lilies, our equivalents of freedom, and end all thought. We dream of sky. Tufted white dreaming rolls up in spiral stratus clouds. Feathers yawn in space afar and flow from horizon home. Azure blue ripens to royal and fades into the setting sun, carnation hues, magenta surges. Eyes above as the stars look down, our eyes in the stars are eternally found. I'll do that. Thank you, Julian. Okie doke. So we got next up to the stage, a warm round of applause for Scott V.
Yeah!
It's like a weak midget trying to bring you down. My turn?
Okay.
Alright! Yeah! Two, please!
Hi. Is someone your Mexican ass drive?
Alright!
Yeah? Yeah, party. Yeah, a lot of Mexicans driving this country.
Oh!
Still?
Can you hear me back there? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, still driving.
Shit.
Is it?
Sounds about right.
You're making shit.
Okay. Started off with F.
No, we won't have like.
Yeah, what's the next letter? G.
That's good, G.
G. Good G is for good. It's I think it's funny when people say old.
So, with my burrito?
I don't know the next thing I want to say, so I was just going to think tonight's particularly tricky because it was a long time since I was here last. There's been lots of this sort of thing, and so I got to find a new thing. First, go out to Freddy's on Wednesday, 4 to 6. Go to Maria's Taco Express. Yeah. Tuesday, 6 to 9. Thursday, Thom will fill in for me next time when he gets up here. Thursday. 120 from Get out, support your open mind, see what you can find. Find out what's going to happen. I don't know if any of you can remember where you were when you woke up this morning. I haven't a clue. I know I was someplace, and then I went someplace else, and then I showed up here, and then I found that middle place, which is where open mics happen. I spent the better part of the day listening to water run in my ear. And I remember that wall right there, because I saw it in blue on video just a little while ago. It must have been 4 or 5 days ago. And that night, there were people standing in the doorway. I expect by the end of the night, there will be people standing in the doorway. Same Monday Night Football game. Oh, it's all season then. I used to tell my wife, for my 200th birthday, I was going to the moon. There's purple and orange on the moon. But not any people. And it's boring. So the little boy lays there and he says, I've got my arms around my bunny rabbit. She feels so real. And downstairs, my mom and dad are sleeping. In this story, they're sleeping. So he gets him out of bed. And he goes over to his desk that's at the foot of his bed. And he pulls out a notepad. One of those old Indian notebook kind. And he draws himself a picture because he says to himself, I know tonight, after this dream is over, I'm going to go to sleep. But I want something to remember tomorrow. But I saw tonight on the moon. So he draws a bird. He draws a bird. He draws a flower. It's not nighttime, it's daytime. And he's so happy with the picture that he says, to hell with it. I'm never going to sleep again. I like my picture better than I like the thing. So he draws and he draws and he draws. And pretty soon, there's a city. Sort of like F and Austin. And there's a state, and there are planets, and there are people. There are guys getting drunk, and guys getting stoned. Guys just waking up, guys just going to work. There are women taking care of their kids, and there are women just going to work. So he sits down, and he gives a big kiss. And says, I'm playing with this whole hand thing, okay, and then the whole out thing, and so this is the harder thing, and so I think if I had a fallback position, which was to do the hand thing again, I might be able to get some air out of this thing. So I had a friend one time, Chris called him, good guy. He watched my daughter and I and my son, and he joined in the game with me. We were playing a game with 7 Dragons. And we decided we wouldn't look at our cards anymore. We'd just put our hands on it and just say, okay, this is what I'm going to play, and we're playing. And by the end of it, he was calling us Zen lunatics. And I like that idea. I like the idea, and I see it in the best poets. I see it in the poets I see on stage, because they're the best. Better than any red poet or dead poet or London Seas poet. Because they're doing what they need to be doing right when they're doing it, to share who they are, when they are. And I see in them that sense of Zen lunacy. The idea that it goes every which way and it comes back again, and we put it into words. I felt compelled to be here. I felt compelled to come and see these things, and yet I'm still aghast because I don't know exactly what it is I'm seeing. Even with my glasses on, I still don't know what it is I'm exactly seeing. Because, oh, there's light. There is ears. There's hearing, and friends, and joy, and the stuff that we feed ourselves on. I can't live without poetry. I can't live without blowing the mics. I've lived without what people like to call, fucking Austin likes to call, power, which, by the way, is a serious mind play. I've lived without electricity for a week. Had just as much power as I ever had. Told stories in the dark to my kids, tried chord knots, listened and snuggled, which is what I should do it anyway. It's doing what our minds, and I just watched the little movie the other day, and I have to disagree with what the guy said when he broke the teacup and watched his mind spill all over the floor. We are way, way more than we are mind. We are a feeling of compassion, and consciousness, and love. We are a desire to be with, to be given. Christmas presents aren't given to kids. Christmas presents go to children. And the parents and the store owners are merely a medium by which young people get something to play with. Oftentimes our schools are devoid of playthings. I luckily have a teacher of my daughter who's brilliant, I think. She sent a note to us that said, read your children the classics. Fantastic. I wanted to write her back and said, give your children Legos. Give your children building blocks. Make things that will allow them to play and have that fascination and discovery when what you don't know is going to happen happens, and you can go, wow! Zings, every moment, every instant, every speech.
All right.
What we do as artists, if we are true to our creed, is we allow people to see what it is we're imagining while we're imagining. And I just happen to not be the kind of person that sings boisterous songs. I just happen to be the kind of person that likes the sound of snow punching under his feet. Or the way my daughter stares at me and gives me that little look that says, Daddy, quit thinking I'm so intelligent.
Hey guys.
I've been doing a lot of research into my third eye these days, and sometimes I have a desire, I want to take it out. To be honest, I want to take it out and set it on a table like a crystal ball so other people can look at it. And third eye is an interesting concept because the two in our heads don't really do much. I mean, they tell you when a stoplight changes to a green light, or a green light changes to a red, or there's a billboard on South Lamar that's a lot of fun. But the other one that says, where am I, when am I, and what am I dreaming? I'm the kind of person, I wish we could all wake up in the same bed together. After just a fucking tear-on, rip, snorting night of wild, passionate sex. Not many people hold that belief, but I do. Because man, it's really cool. And not the kind of rip-torn, snorting sex that where you get up and walk out. Because I've done that. It's sort of disappointing. But the kind that you have with that fantasy chick of yours, or the fantasy guy of yours that says, man, I just want to watch the sunset, the sunrise. I want to sit on the back porch and smoke some really fine doobage in our robes and listen to the birds sing out of the stoop. And be in a hurry for absolutely fucking nothing. I'm glad we have this time that we can share our things together. I'm so glad that in a very, 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 very real sense, we really do all wake up in bed together. And it breaks my fucking heart that there are people who don't wake up in beds at all. And if my prayers are answered, some of this sense of beauty and love and oneness will trickle down into them. They'll know just how much we care.
I don't put myself in super situations, but I always have to.
I think it's about time for some other people to get up here and groove.
I'm like her uncle. Only because me and her mom like to get food.
Thank you, Scott. Let's have another round of applause for Scott, please. Awesomeness. You gotta come out and join us more often, sir. Okay, well, you know, I'm on stage. Alright, for all you those who just came in, this is the Austin Salon Poetic. You don't have to enjoy, but you're trapped. Not too bad. Get something to drink, though. Come on, guys, you'll sound better, I promise. Alright, we got up next to the stage. I'm not underselling this, by the way. We do kick ass. David Lester Young. Round of applause, please. I am passing the torch.
Oh. Perfect rose blossom. One stands as this poet before you upon a stage that evolves full of life, with words flowing with conviction, in a world full of changing contradictions, personas striving for stages of pure perfection. They seek success as an individual validation, while failure builds up characters in imperfection that uses building blocks for personal redemption. Poets are the most perfect rose with this flaw, where poetry is like Swiss cheese wholly to fall into. When one person follows the long trails of thoughts, another sees this quagmire path of poetic shards. Most poets are the devil's advocate, not of evil, but making readers open minds on trails less taken, where narrow minds become broad-minded, liberal in that they then perceive things from all angles. Poets are not dire dictators, but mental motivators, where they teach the wide diversity of the human language, where individual independence can then be attained, where each reader becomes that perfect rose blossom. For only then can the poet wilt on years full of tears, being pressed as a departing rose inside a Bible verse. I bow to you. You are the reason why I write. I lay my words naked, stripped down before you, where you can then bear them witness, revealing the very soul of my core composition, that within my poetic depth exists deep heart expressions, where one dwells in verse that shares poetry's universe. O poets and poetesses, dwell in my heart the verse that sings the light heartbeats, dancing adrift soft sensual words that alliterates alive love letters, sailing among romantic terse tenses,
in those touches of a vibrating quill, feathering language in friction fruition, within static motion of aroused germination, blossoming pure in ecstatic emotion elocution. Oh, lift the heart with your spirit. Then say if you can build this dream. The readers will come to the poet. So upon the stage, I share appreciation to everyone out there in the audience that shares my dream in making poetry become whole. Thank you for being my poetic family. I was terminated for poetry in Alabama by Mercedes-Benz in 2004. And it's a long story, but I've been, after 10 years, I'm still trying to get them just to terminate me instead of to terminate for poetry. It kind of hurts that they threw that in my face. And poetry's always been my heart and soul, that I've learned to write as a Vietnam vet on napkins, and that it's part of my therapy, my release. That I rant and I rave. I do everything in my poetry, especially free speech. So this is a little bit of venting and ranting, and also maybe a little bit of a miracle wish. Also, in it, I allude to poets. Poets is my car. It's actually licensed as in Alabama as poets, and it's been on my ride ever since I got it. An American Dream Christmas Mercedes-Benz Miracle. Poet high school graduation into the lifetime Vietnam quagmire. Post-mortem honorable discharge conflicted veteran nightmare. Turmoil festering inside, traumatic stress twisting in churning mire. Upon quicksand shifting grains that bogs down awakened daymares. The napkin therapy of writing verse in medicinal stress releases. That questions our surrounding needs for endless social hostility. Patriotic that one must create the shell of hell in becoming deceased, silent, in the living suicide of survival needing to vent negativity. God bless America, that all forms of abuse are an abomination, that the physical and verbal abuse leaves an eternity scar of marks, where one must be made to realize beforehand this aberration and seek solace by releasing this hate before combative sparks. Sparks that can hurt so deep to wound festers inside acidic volatility of tumultuous memories that haunt in within the subconscious. Ready to tumble forth from deep dark recesses bearing pain, veracity, spewing forth a rekindled past in a rain of vivid vocal consciousness. Why would an American poet living in this homeless American dream pray for a Christmas German miracle from Mercedes-Benz? That this poet was terminated for poetry by Mercedes in July 2004, when they took my love of poetry and threw it in front of my face. They then said, I did not have to tell anyone. It would be our secret. I told them I do not fear the truth and would tell everyone this fact. My poet has weathered the vagabond roads of a wandering philosopher, things put in storage lockers for nearly a decade of an American dream, where I put all my belongings into traveling here and there, philanthropy, got a truck running, bought a car's truck trailer, stopped the wear. But my sweetheart, 2000 Poets, needs a lot of German Fräulein restoration to bring her back as a Daimler Mercedes-Benz American Chrysler Crossfire. that within Social Security, this poet needs his German craft of germination, where his poets takes her main poet down the road to create poetry. Still, she still wears her Support the Alabama Arts motto, where everyone says she is a cute class act, that she makes his poet making sense out of life feel like a real Ben Franklin flying high on his crossfire. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. All right. Next up to the stage, we have a new face, a newcomer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Love it. Let's give a warm welcome to Mick. Mick, would you like the scepter of power?
Okay, this is something new for me, so I'm going to give it a try. Public speaking. It's nothing original. I'm going to give you something crazy.
Okay.
So here we go. This is for all the humans that live a life of sin and live my lifestyle. Thor, you know. There you go. Go. Heaven sent me here for you, and if you fear, you have reason to. Open all 7 seals, the beast comes to claim the youth. Archangel, Archangel, rebels from authority, power, pride, contempt and lust, all these things I give to you. Archangel, Archangel, defiant brood, I call on you. I'm not your son of God, the Prince of Light, you show no fear. Minus which that rules the world, the beast has come, I am the end. Archangel, Archangel. And when they cast out the brood for the sin, pride, misused, and when they cast down from hell that fucking brood, Archangel, Archangel. Heaven sends me here for you, and if you fear, you have reason to. Open all 7 seals, the beast has come to claim the youth. Archangel, Archangel.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was great. We should do it again sometime. All right, guys, our words have eaten up the time. We're going to do another round, 1 or 2. This way we can get our bands and DJs on the stage. Further entertainment for the night. So we'll go up again. We got Headhunter Thom. All right, Ricardo Shout Company. Round of applause, y'all.
Hey,
Mick, this one's for you.
Next week I'll be missing shit.
You ready?
Yeah.
Mick, this one's for you. Wakey, wakey. For you. Okay, ready? Brave soul, thank you for being here. Let's do it. She asked me, do I believe in angels? She's in the hospital, 9% burns over her body. She believes in angels, right? I don't believe in anything. I don't care what people say. They don't care what I say, so I don't care what they say. But she's in hospital, burned over her body, 9% burns. She believes in angels. Everybody needs to believe in something or someone. Even the APD believes in being the most overpaid and unprofessional police force in the whole of Texas. They believe in something. It's really good to see them out there harassing the homeless. Everybody's got to believe in something or someone, no matter what you say. If you're cynical, you believe in cynicism. And the poisonous cynicism will get you through the darkest of nights, and despair will save you when someone comes in with an optimistic little leaflet and says, cheer up, the whole world is going to get better. And you know they're lying through their teeth because they're subject to despair. Wow! You've got to believe in something. No matter how darkness it is, there's always deeper darkness somewhere. No matter how much you think you're suffering, someone dying on the floor in front of you there. No matter if you think silence will save you, the silence won't save you, your little smartphone won't save you, the TV won't save you, and Monday Night Football doesn't give a fuck that you're there. Bottom line is, you put your energy into the pizza, you put your energy into the beer, you put your energy into Metal and Lace, but we call it headhunters while we're in here. And while there's chance for free speech and freedom of assembly, it may be a small thing, but on this Monday night means a lot to me. There's only a few people that have quality, and I don't even believe in anything or anyone. You see, it's simple not to believe. If everyone's got something, as they say, you've got to believe, I'm going to walk away. And I say, that may be fine for you, but what about me today? Little egos. Little egos. All they got's their iPhone, all they got's their iPad, all they got's their little eyes on the mark. They can only see themselves in the dark, the reflection of the spark, the light that they left behind, a part of which tries to cling to them, sing to them, saying, you gotta believe in something, believe in your phone, because you're paying for the service, and if you don't, you'll be on your own. It's a beautiful thing, conditional belief. Goes as far as you can extend it. So long as you got a subscription to the resurrection, you may get through your next life. Until then, I don't believe in anyone. I don't believe in anything. I don't even believe in nihilism, existentialism. I don't believe in despair or anger or anything at all. I don't believe in emotions or programming, computers or iPads or iPhones or smartphones or technology. I don't believe that Austin is actually any smarter than Dallas. Speaking about the Cowboys. But I'm glad when you speak what you say that you believe, because if you say something, I want to listen to you deeply, because I don't believe in anyone or anything. Let me make that clear. Some of you believe in riches and gold and diamonds and money and pearls and women and drugs, and that's perfectly fine. But I can't. I just can't. There's an end to everything. Death interrupts our perfect little lifestyles. And we have got friends around us who are skeletons and bones, dust on the floor of life. But they're not going to talk tonight. I'm going to be talking tonight for another 40 seconds, just saying the obvious, repeating myself, that I just can't believe in anything I say or do. I've heard every word I've ever said to you, and you know it's true. I don't believe in myself either. And just because I don't believe in you, it's equal opportunity. What do you believe in?
Oh!
Whoa! Whoa! Center power. Hey!
Awesome, Thom. Head up, Thom. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Are you ready, Sir Ricardo?
Yeah.
Woo! Okay, Ricardo, we got you up. One more time. Let's give him a round of applause, y'all.
Thank you very much. This one's for all you punk rockers out there. I was a teenage anarchist, looking for revolution. I had the style, I had the ambition. Read all the others, I knew the right slogan. There was no war but the class war. I was ready to set the world on fire. I was a teenage anarchist, but the politics was too convenient. Oh, you remember when you were young and you wanted to set the world on fire? Oh, you remember when you were young and you wanted to set the world on fire? I was a teenage anarchist, but the politics was too convenient. In the depths of their humanity, all I thought was blood and ideology, with freedom as a doctrine, 'cause there was a new authority. I was a teenage anarchist, but the politics was too convenient. Oh, you remember when you were young and you wanted to set the world on fire? No. When you were young and you wanted to set the world on fire. I was a teenage anarchist, but then the scene got too rigid. It was the mob mentality. They set their rifle sights on me. Narrow visions of autonomy. They want me to surrender. teenage anarchist. I was a teenage anarchist. I was a teenage anarchist. I was a teenage anarchist. Thank you!
That was awesome. We had a sing-along chorus. That's the first time here. That's badass. All right. Meadow and Lace, we're here, Headhunters, every first and third Monday, twice a month. We're doing poetry. These guys are cool enough to let us do our shit. All right, kind of just warming up the stage. I think I'm next. Go. Except there's a power in hand. Yeah, I'm gonna turn this guy on. I like this one better. Okay, cool. All right, I'm just gonna do two. All right, aside from all the real conspiracies, there be fake conspiracies. I like to write about too. Okay, so the newest one is about Comet Ison. Any guys know about this guy?
Yes.
No? Yeah, when you turn him up, it looks like the pyramid with the eye in it. Yeah, all that stuff. He's supposed to, like, this is where the double sun's coming. Like, supposedly in Japan and China, you can see two suns already in the sky, and in the southern hemisphere. Ooh, yeah, Nibiru, that's the guy right there, you said it. Okay. So I wrote this poem back before I think there was supposed to be another event where there were going to be two suns in the sky. So actually this poem still has some relevance. I thought it was going to be obsolete after October of 2012. All right, double sun. Double sun in the sky, we see you now. We see you in the face, we ought your beauty and your aerated grace. Long last the vision was seen. For nearly 30 years the phantom stalked silently at the door of our galaxy, a herald colder than the icy black that sucks its victims into death. Apophis brings us none like the mighty Viking of the night whose weight has shaken the earth, in line with solar flares who burst into our skin and dropped the towers to the ground and torn the earth from the bone until plummets play repeats. The month of my birth has never known nightmares such as this, but for the beauty of two eyes to stare back into mine, I will gladly see, and wait for darkness cast, and wonder when it passes what sights and lands I will truly see. The sacred circle in the sky, wry with disconcert, haloed plainly, simply seen. No more iconography, no more shallow days, no more days of discontent and restless apathy. Double sun, we see you now, our turn awaits our fate. A simple dance, a do-si-do, a sensual tango to remember. That do-si-do was our earth like flipping on its axis and the skin getting all fucked up and then the atmosphere, and then we're supposed to get like solar flares and turn to dust and shit. Okay. Anyways, alright, so get to your dumbs, your deep underground military bases. Woo! This is QE Infinity, and this has to do with more realistic conspiracies. Because it's happening. QE Infinity. Billions of dollars of taxpayer money being spent to bail out banks and corporations. Creators of their own injury. Fraud by any other name. They tell the people it's their debt. They tell us it's our debt. They tell them it's their fault. They tell us it's our fault. Shall we get political or take an open-minded view of history? Under Clinton, remove Glass-Steagall so banks can legally gamble with securities of their clients. Could the debt truly be ours since we allowed them to get away with it? A roll of the dice, the wise man said as he sang to the children of the sun, all present to hear the praise and raise the vibrations before we reach that final time of the end. Parents and grandparents before them, godparents, mothers and fathers of our spirit came together for one final night of contact. It is a joke unfunny. It is a roll of the dice to the health of sovereign lands. We are the children of the sun. Jail the bankers, the father says. Don't let them get away with it. Remove the politicians who do not comply, who are there for corporations to buy and to revolve from government office to corporate office and back again to government office, defacing the seat of the public servant. History continues. Bailouts under Bush. They continue under Obama. All treasurers, lackeys of Goldman Sachs, promise destruction without more money. Support for the Fed bought these politicians. your common Republican, your common Democrat, all paid for by insider interests. Grand distractions, secluded delusions amass the population that is awakening, the delusions breaking like dynamic waves against their static shores. The crumbling sovereignty tied to the currency's buying power, and an unknowing, uneducated people starting to budge, starting to awaken. History will show a wise stand by people of a place such as Iceland, declaring independence from these selfish bankers' immoral scheme, while those wise to the histories of the past expatriate away to safer foreign lands.
Whoa.
Although at this point there is no foreign land that's safe, because they got them all. All right, guys, that was it. The scepter of power next goes to, I didn't bring my list, from memory, Scott. All right, Scott's got a good memory. For having not remembered where you were this morning. That's the way I was this weekend. There you go.
Yeah, I don't want that one.
Okay, cool. Would you like this one?
No, that's
Okay, all right.
so apparently the only thing I remember is the sign-up sheet.
Ah, yeah.
Okay. And one of my dearest friends, and somebody I respect to a degree, knows that points are nothing without counterpoints. So I'll begin this way. I, on the other hand, believe in everything. I believe in the cigarette butts on the side of the road. I believe in the little shards of glass that we pick up and young people carry and put in their trinket boxes. I believe in bars and open mics. I believe in audiences and friends. I believe in Christmas and New Year's and the Tooth Fairy.
Wow.
I believe in hate. I believe in rage and despair. I believe I don't believe anything just as well. So what of it? You find a pick. You find a pick.
Half a pick.
A half a pick. You set it down. You go about your business. You try and care when all the world seems like it does nothing more than want to hand out shit. But you continue. You go to open mics. You say your mind. You be who you are. When and whenever you are or are not. Zen lunacy. Be crazy. Be wild. Watch Harold and Maude in the middle of the day. Go see Star Wars 50 trillion times. I don't care. Yet there are places where people listen. There are places where people don't, like the workplace in Mercedes-Benz, or Vietnam, or schoolrooms. But there are places where people do. In the inner recesses of your mind is an ear which can hear everything. It allows nothing to go unnoticed. We must, as human beings, strike a chord with that. I recently thought to myself, not 2 days ago, what I want my father to do is come out and say, I not only accept, but am proud to declare that my children do not have as much stamina nor drive as I. I didn't tell him that. I probably should have. Or send him an email that he would take middling notice of. I believe people count. The baristas, the cops, the soldiers, the warmongers, the bankers, everybody counts, because if any single individual were to drop from the center of existence, the world would come crashing in. Everyone matters. When we greet them, when we see them at 7-Eleven, make them your best friends.
I used to go to meetings that would last a month. The first thing I did when I went was set up the picture frames of my kids. That is my home, that is my home, that is my brother, that is my sister, that is a father figure and a friend, that is a host, but also somebody I care infinitely about. I believe Thom's right. Don't believe anything. I started playing Battlefield 1942 on the computer with my kids. One of the first things they said is, everybody's right. Everybody who's on their own side thinks they're right.
Yeah.
Damn tootin'.
Yeah.
Hitler thought he was right, for God's sake.
Yeah.
He was sitting there thinking, Jesus Christ, we've got to do away with the Jews. And the Americans thought, Jesus Christ, or Allah, however the case may be, decided he was wrong. Everybody believes something. I knew a friend of mine once. William Sickwick. He hung himself. I think individuals who do that must have lost all belief. Sorry, difference to each other. I think that's
No
where
worries.
that leads. I came to the conclusion, because of my children, I'm glad he died. Because I would not change a hair on their head, a misplayed act or gesture that they do. I don't care how many times they argue over a cookie. They are perfect. We are each perfect in our own lunatical sort of way. If you're really paying attention, and which is a way, way fucked up word, we don't pay attention. It's not as if we have a resource or a bank or a savings account where we pay it. We give it. We share it. The only reason I come to open mics is because y'all share my space, I share your space, and we do care. We care for setting that thing which is inside me and comes up out of here with others. Thank you. Glad you're here. Go get 'em!
Scott B, everybody. Scott B. All right. We got an enlightened being among us today. That's awesome. Alrighty. We got two more, and then we'll be calling it quits for the night, but not quits forever. Let's give a round of applause to David Lester Young.
Temporal time, transcendental poetry, empirical contemplative stages sharing metering time, in reigning tranquil temperance, bearing the poetry of rhyme. Time continuum, diverse divergence of cerebrum convergence, in temporal spectral symmetry, hemispheres of reflective intelligence. Universal gray matter, skeletal frames, within mental thought levitation, navigating celestial currents with inner portal PowerPoint meditation. Transvergent telepathy, searing the core depth of characters of composition, composting the poetic philosophy makeup that bears writing verse sensations. Temporal poets using frontal lobes, hemispheres extensions within mind faculties that germinates full spectrum brains to blossom forth full of celestial cerebral capabilities upon interrelational spectrums, harmonic crystal divergence. Within dynamic significance where the nirvana vision temporal dwells, temporal time, transcendental poetry. This one is, I'm going to have a little fun here, but it needs a lot of work. But we'll see how it goes through. It needs some fine-tuning. Come on, everybody. Let's do the Franklin jig. Let us shake, rattle, and roll. The red, white, and blue rolling. Where Franklin hits the stage to do his patriotic wobble that jiggles in such laughter, where he is squashing a lot of roaches, doing the twist, or God forbid, high on a few buds. Wacky type. See him smoking so hot on stage that one needs flood perspiration insurance coverage for the floor. That Obamacare better kick in to lower blood pressures. That this poet better not mix Viagra as his water pill. For even at his senior age, he will arise to a new level that is really amazing what science can grow these days in masculine miracles. It's a little hard to read this type, so I'll stop it right there. Anyway, it needs a lot of work.
Thank you, they did. Very much appreciated. All right, okay. That brings us to our final reader / performer for the night. Yeah, you said it. You know it. You said it. Okay, before we get him on stage, just don't forget, we're here every first and third Monday here at Headhunters / Metal and Lace. Heard you guys are changing it back, right?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, well.
We've been changing it back since the day of house.
Yeah. That's what I heard too. Cool. All right, let's give a round of applause for Mick.
Hello, everybody. I'm a little bit more comfortable now. So, here we go with some more gothic, fucking scary bullshit. It's not gonna do it for me. Wait a second. Really, bro? Really, bro, is always my thing, my go-to. So here you go. I wasn't prepared. I walked by and I saw it and I was like, oh, I can do that.
Yeah, I can do that.
I didn't think I could do it. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, he's awesome. That's it.
You are doing it.
Okay, so it's called Skulls. Corpses all hang, headless and limp, boneless with no surprise, and all the blood drains like devil's rain. And we'll bathe tonight, 'cause I want your skull, and I want your skull. Deem I am in the face I peel, see your skin turn inside out. Gotta have you on my wall, gotta have you on my wall. Collect the heads of little girls, put them on my wall. Collect the heads of little girls, put them on my wall. 'Cause I want your skull.
Awesome. All right, y'all. That brings our night to a close, at least for our segment of the evening. Thank you once again for coming out tonight to join us for open mic poetry. We're here every first and third Monday. That's only twice a month. Sometimes when there are 5 Mondays, we're here 3 times a month, but that's up to the person. So I just want to say, I think it just finally went. We sucked it dry.
Yeah.
Is it red?
Yeah, it's red. It's not even red, it's dead. Alright. Okay, guys. Well, hey, we got another live one here, so that's kind of cool. Alright, guys, so come on out back at me. As you can see, open mic poetry is infectious. You don't gotta be a written poet. If you got something to say, that's all that is required. It's all from here. Alright, guys. So, thanks once again. Y'all guys have a great night. Stick around. They got DJs in the back. Come on. You're welcome.
Okay, I totally wasn't expecting this. I'm sorry.
5 minutes of the reader room.
I'll just do a quick poem then. I've got.
I think I just.
Give me 1 second.
But before I do comedy, I want to do poetry. That's not mine.
Yeah, I wanted to come and check out the open mic tonight. We were thinking. Well, I'll check it.
Yeah, and they're all encouraging and very nice people.
Your hair's grown now.
Yeah.
Cut taller.
Okay. It's bad enough that I'm Italian.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a time when Rome was strong. If you were German or Anglican or, God forbid, Greek,
Yeah.
my people were not to be trifled with.
No.
Yeah, we conquered Sparta. We built a whole empire in 1 day. But now, we aren't even considered a separate people anymore, reduced to just another shade of white. Someone called me a wop the other day, and I had to look it up before I knew it was an insult. But on top of that, I have the crappiest job on the planet. I'm a plumber. I'm up to my wrists in septic juice all day. I actually grew out this mustache to act as a natural gas mask against the smell. It's scented with lavender, rosemary, and peach. My girlfriend, she smells so good. I just wish she'd stop getting kidnapped all the time. She inspires the crazy in everyone who catches a whiff. And there's this turtle dragon and my bizarro evil twin, and they kidnap her all the time. It's crazy. And I must be crazy too, because I just keep coming back for more every time. I get my brother and our mushroom dealer, and we eat handfuls of giant mushrooms, and we're transported to this magical world where the dragon and the evil me live together with their minions, and we slaughter countless minions. It's like I just go into this killing trance, and when I come out, my overalls are splattered with turtle blood and bits of shell. I always wanted to be a gangster, but sometimes, and I don't like to admit this, but sometimes I start to wonder if maybe Princess Peach is bringing all this on herself. Is she acting out some kind of pervert kidnap fantasy? And every time she wants to get her kick, she dials up Bowser and dirty talks him until he can't help but rush over and grab her and it's emasculating.
Yeah.
Can I really trust a woman like this?
Yes.
And I mean, and I don't like to admit this either, but is any of this even real? I do eat a lot of mushrooms. This may just be a hallucination, or maybe I'm living in some kind of digital matrix programmed by some all-powerful game designer. Sometimes I feel like I exist in a million different places at once, and I'm just doomed, head sore, and heel bruised from breaking blocks and stopping turtle shells over and over and over again till the end of time. I just don't know. I really don't know. I just think there has to be more than this.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for letting me up.
Aha! Good. Another video. Thanks, Coach. Gone.
Okay.
Yeah. That young one. Now you see it. Now we got it. Yes.
Yeah.
You were plucked
Walked by and I was like,
from nothing.
yeah, I don't want to do this. No,
It became
these are all lyrics from bands.
something.
Yeah.
Tiny Buddha.
Next time I'm gonna have my own.
Ripped from your mother's lucky round belly.
Yeah.
Her greatest suffering. and best pleasure. You were confused. You leaked. You cried and shat yourself. You were shitty. Someone changed you. It got better. Or it didn't. You were not in control. It was not your fault. You grew up in the back of a race car, tossed against the window, lucky if you had a seatbelt, did not put orange cones, bumps, or bodies in the road, did not decide over, around, or through. But you learned how others react to barriers. Some parents are really shitty. Dangle carrots, then beat their kids with those same sticks, and if that was you, orange, black, and blue, you learned how to treat others. Or you learned what not to do, which you would never do. What happened to you was not your fault. Your reaction to it now is. You swore you would do better. Now do better. The people who changed you will die. It's your turn, driver. It's a long road ahead. Are you shitty? Change yourself. Are you headed for a cliff? Change direction. It is not easy. The road is lonely. There's no perfect place to park. You will never fit in. You can plaf yourself in the oven and ignore it all as tiny shards of glass scrape down your cheeks. You will grow tired. You will give up, give up, give up, give up, give up every day till you give up on giving up and decide to try again despite the suffering. Despite the suffering. It's gonna be uncomfortable. Enjoy the discomfort. It passes too quickly. You're going 90. You'll never see these sights again. You don't get to turn around. You don't get 9 lives. You probably don't even get 90 years. What happens to you during that time is not your responsibility. You're only responsible for what you make of it. You can smile when you don't feel like smiling. When you feel like dying, be glad you feel something. Laugh along with Buddha as you suffer down the road. You were plucked from nothing. Now make something of it.
Yeah! Yeah!
Thanks for having me.
Danny Strack, prize poet of the evening. All right, you didn't know we had that time. Okay, all right, guys, that's it for the night. Cue the music.